Hey everyone, Noah here. Now, you all know the story of the Ark, right? The crazy old guy, the giant boat, the whole animal parade? Well, get ready, because I'm about to tell it like you've never heard it before. My story. So buckle up, because we're about to set sail on an adventure of a lifetime. Now, I wasn't crazy, but the Lord's word had never steered me wrong before. He said the world was wicked, and a flood was coming to wash it clean. Scary stuff, right? But he also said to build an ark, a big enough one to save my family and two of every living creature. Let me tell you, it wasn't easy. I mean, where do you even begin with a project like that? Thankfully, my boys, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, were real troopers. We chopped down endless trees, our arms aching, backs screaming. People scoffed and called us fools. But you know what? We had faith. Faith that God wouldn't ask for something impossible. Years flew by in a flurry of hammering, sawing, and hauling. It felt like forever, but slowly, a magnificent wooden beast rose before our eyes. It was huge, bigger than any house, any palace you'd ever seen. And let me tell you, the day the animals started showing up in pairs of two was something else. Elephants with their wrinkled trunks trumpeted greetings. Lions roared, tigers paced. Monkeys swung from the rafters. It was a zoological explosion. Now, wrangling all these creatures wasn't exactly a walk in the park, but somehow we managed. We built separate stalls, filled endless troughs with food, and even managed to teach the lions not to see the zebras as a midday snack. Then, the sky opened up. Rain lashed down, relentless, turning the ground to mud. People pounded on the ark's door, their eyes wide with terror. But it was too late. The flood had come, just as God had said. For days, we were tossed about like a noodle in a giant soup bowl. The ark creaked and groaned, but held strong. It was a terrifying time, but inside, there was a strange sense of peace. We knew we were safe, on a journey guided by a higher power. Weeks bled into months. The rain finally stopped, and a glorious silence descended. We cautiously peeked out a window. The world was transformed. Water stretched as far as the eye could see. A wave of loneliness washed over me. The world I knew was gone. After days went by, I sent out a dove, a tiny symbol of hope. It flew out into that endless sea and returned to the ark. We waited, praying for another sign. Days passed, and I sent it out again. This time, the dove came back carrying a tiny olive branch in its beak. New life. It was a tiny miracle, a flicker of light in the darkness. When I sent out the dove again, it didn't return. The floodwaters receded, revealing the earth fresh and clean. As the ark settled on the mountaintop, a feeling of pure joy bubbled up inside me. We had survived. Then, a rainbow appeared, with a magnificent arch of colors painted across the sky. It was a sign, a promise from God, a new beginning. We opened the doors, and the animals, eager for freedom, streamed out. It was a beautiful sight, a second chance for all of creation. We stepped out onto the damp earth, the smell of new beginnings filling our lungs. The world was different, but hope, bright and strong, bloomed in my heart. You see, kids, the ark isn't just a story. It's about God's love, His amazing grace. Just like the flood washed away the wickedness, Jesus came to wash away our sins, giving us a fresh start. You might feel like the world is a dark and stormy place sometimes, but just like the rainbow was a promise to me, Jesus is also our promise. A promise of forgiveness, of hope, of a future brighter than we can imagine. So, if you're ever feeling lost or alone, or like things are too much, remember my story. Remember God's love. Hold on to that hope and trust that God has a plan for you, a plan for a beautiful future. Now that's a story worth living, wouldn't you say?